Everybody clap your hands.
Welcome to Filmoscopy. This is Owen, your host for today's episode, followed by going clockwise.
Oh, this is Lance. I am currently sitting in a den of Disney and Mickey Mouse porn.
No, keep the kayfabe up. We're on Skype.
Oh, yeah, we're on Skype. Sorry. Cody, can you hear us? The Skype's kind of... pussy. Cody, gay.
That needs to be cut out.
Yeah. Lance, Cody.
Hello, I'm Cody.
Wow, you're right there. Jesus.
The fuck did you come from? How did we get here?
We got beamed to the mothership. Finally. Captain Picard allowed us to come up here.
Beat me up, Scotty. All right. So today's episode is going to be on The Godfather, which is, I guess, a surprise. I don't think I mentioned it last episode, right?
No, you hadn't made up your mind.
Okay, so yeah, surprise, it's the fucking Godfather, okay?
Ugh.
So,
Part of me wishes you stuck with the Home Alone.
Yes.
That we had planned like a month and a half ago.
It is a fucking long movie. If anybody in the audience watched it with us, you'll know it's like 3 hours long. But
How would they have watched it with us if you didn't announce it ahead of time?
oh yeah, damn, you're right. Always one step ahead of me.
Cody's always one step ahead and two
Always.
shakes behind. Like, I'm almost done peeing. Hold on.
But never three.
Three constitute pleasure, and we're not in the business of pleasure.
Okay, well maybe they saw that we uploaded this episode and we're like, oh wait, maybe I'll watch Godfather before I listen to this,
Maybe
which
I'll-
you should.
Maybe I'll get back to this in 6 hours.
Yeah, and fucking the 18 hours it takes
Or
to
you could be
fucking
like
watch.
my girlfriend and be like, it's okay, I'll just listen to you guys. You guys are funny.
The fuck? Hey,
You know her name, don't say it.
Lance's girlfriend, fucking watch The Godfather, okay?
No, we're not watching it, sweetie, because I'm not rewatching this movie for another 6 months.
No, you need to watch it twice again.
No,
Do your
I
fucking
picked up
homework.
everything. There wasn't any hidden textual messages like The Last Jedi.
And you
I
need to read
pick
the
up on.
book. Both of you guys need to read the
Oh,
book.
fuck, what are books?
But
Yeah, audiobooks, is that a thing? God, can you imagine how long the audiobook of that book is? Blip.
we could probably
The
look it up
audiobook-
right now.
Yeah, how long the audiobook would be of this fucking movie?
Godfather.
16
audio.
hours.
God almighty.
It's fucking all just
Jim Ross's audiobook was like fucking 12 hours. I'm like, fuck. Oh, 17 hours. Of course, I mean, it goes by in like 3 work days.
It's just Marlon Brando reading the fucking.
the boy pussy and chicken nuggets, and I'm about to go to Vietnam to do a movie.
On YouTube, you can fucking watch it, and it's 14 hours long.
Golly damn.
Yeah, but the Godfather book, like I said, it's like a fucking tome. It's like as big. It's like 2 times the length of the fucking Bible.
It's like the Bible's not that big compared to that.
So Godfather is a 1972 mafia movie directed by a friend to the series, Francis Ford Coppola. Wow, what's so fucking funny? Stop laughing.
Friend of the series.
This is friend of the series.
I guess this is the first repeat director, isn't it?
I would think so.
I mean,
No, John Hughes.
Oh, he
fucking
didn't direct
keeps
Christmas Vacation. John Hughes didn't direct Christmas Vacation. He wrote it.
And produced it.
So we're like in the 2 camps of John Hughes and Francis Ford Coppola.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, who is his nephew?
Francis Ford Coppola.
You know, we talked about this. He has a famous nephew that doesn't go by their last name.
Is it Charlie Sheen or some shit?
Fuck no. Charlie Sheen, it was...
Why did I think it was Charlie Sheen?
Because Martin Sheen was in the last movie we did for
Oh,
Francis
yeah.
Ford. It's Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, it is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Not the beast!
And Francis is like, we don't claim him.
Not after that fucking movie.
Which one was that?
What movie was that?
That was
The
The Wicker
right?
Man. Yeah, The Wicker Man.
You never seen that? God, it's so fucking weird.
How dare you just
No, not the beast!
Hey, man, I
he
love
is a
Con Air.
national treasure. Okay?
Con Air is a fucking incredible movie.
And he knows a lot
What was-
about conning people in the air.
There's a line in this movie. He goes, "Why didn't you just put the bunny back in the box?" He does a really bad Alabama accent. He sounds worse than you, Cody.
Robert De Niro fucking, to tie this in with this, he like, doesn't he have like a movie where he's like a lawyer or some shit and he does like a really bad southern accent?
No, that's Matthew McConaughey. I do declare.
I'll do declare.
Matthew
Dogs are
McConaughey
like
is
having
Southern,
sex
though.
down here.
Oh, he's from Texas. That's more like Southwestern, like the airline.
Yeah, that's what. If any movies like in the South, like most people are doing Texas accents,
I do declare.
Springfield accent.
It should
Springfield,
be like-
Tennessee.
you shouldn't be around here, boy.
We should make a southern movie and just have Cody dub over every character.
I'll tell you
We'll
what.
start our own Team 4-star. With just like all the movies that we cover.
This is the All Cody episode. Honey, I'm about to have sex with your behind.
What's
okay,
wrong,
sweetie.
Ma? Why ain't you talking? What's that in the corner? Oh my God!
Okay, so The Godfather, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, is a 1972 American crime film. I'm just reading straight from fucking Wikipedia now, but it's adapted from a book by Mario Puzo. I think that's Puzo. Suck the fucking the dick of the oni. Cast is another friend of the podcast, Marlon Brando.
Cappuccino.
Al
The
Frappuccino.
little kid that looks like a Q-tip with a yellow tan. And Adrian from the Rocky movies. Those are my children in this movie.
And his adopted son, Robert Duvall.
Yeah, I realized. Because, I don't know, I noticed people's hair in these movies.
Yeah.
He's wearing a toupee. Really bad toupee in this movie because he's already bald. And he's bald as a rat now.
Okay,
Yeah, Marlon Brando. Is this Al Pacino's first movie?
his big fucking role. I mean, this is what made him famous, I think.
Yeah, this is his breakthrough film.
Yeah, because he looked young as shit. And I tell you what, in like 9 years. In like 9 years when he's doing Scarface, he looks old
When
as
he's doing
shit.
Jack and Jill.
Oh my God, the donut thing?
Yeah, that's
Have
what
you seen that?
Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, he's in that fucking movie.
He does a commercial. He's like, I got donuts. And he's like, singing.
he's
It's so good.
Dunkachino.
Oh my God. Hey, no, that's the intro to this episode.
Yeah,
We're going to like sound, we're going
We
to
have
do
to
YouTube
clip.
MP3 for that sound clip, and you're going to put that at the
We
beginning.
have to
It's him
clip.
like, I'm Al Pacino. It's fucking hilarious.
we have to clip hoo-ah, and then Dunkachino.
Oh my God. Okay, another side tangent on Al Pacino. The Scent of a Woman. I've never watched the movie unless Owen suggests it. I'm probably never going to watch the movie. But he's a blind lawyer that always does the hoo-ah and just all this weird shit. He grabs a paper that's evidence and puts it in his mouth and eats it and swallows it. There is a commercial for Madden 16, and it's the greatest fucking video game commercial of all time. And Colin Kaepernick was in it playing Al Pacino as his character in The Scent of a Woman. He was blind. He had this really bad wig that was combed back, and he had a trench coat, and he kept saying, he goes, hoo-ah! And then they had some kind of game plan. They were like doing some stuff. He grabbed it and eats it and swallows it. Everybody's just staring at him. It's the greatest. We'll probably link it to this episode.
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
So I guess we'll go off with like first impressions or whatever, or experience, prior experience of this movie.
Okay, yeah.
So I've watched this movie fucking so much. I love this movie. That's really all I gotta say about it. I love this fucking movie.
Say about that.
I've even thought about reading the book, but like I said, it's a fucking tome, and you have to spend like 10 years to read that fucking thing. So no.
This is a pretty face, and my initial reaction to this movie when he suggested it was, I mean, I'd heard it. My grandmother had it on VHS when I was younger. I never really watched it. I've probably seen a scene or two. Never watched it before 10:30 last night when I started this thing. Way too late. If you're ever gonna watch this movie, I'm gonna pick 4:30 in the afternoon because you'll be tired by 7:30 when it's done.
It's a 3-hour masterpiece,
And
bro.
like I said, I will give it credit. I was pleasantly surprised watching this movie. This wasn't like the epic acid trip that was Apocalypse Now that
Yeah.
you suggested. And for some reason, I was like, hey, I watched the 30-minute more version. Oh no, but I did that for the fucking zombie movie you did. What was that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, God damn.
Down to the head. And they all get their dicks sucked.
It's like a big porno.
Dong of the head. Or Dong of the dead.
Oh,
Yeah, you mentioning the length of the movie reminded me again. Yeah, reminded me of my penis. But it also reminded me of when I was a kid when I rented this movie for the first. Yeah, because I had played the game first. If you guys remember that fucking Xbox. No,
Wait,
but it was
what?
the Godfather game, the original.
Oh yeah, it was made by EA.
Yeah.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
But I had played that first, and then so I had rented the movie because I was like, dude, this game's fucking cool. You're like a mafioso and shit. So I rented the movie and I was watching it like as a 7-year-old, and I was like,
DVD or VHS?
no, it was a DVD because I got it from Blockbuster.
I forget that you're like
I'm like
way
7.
younger than us
Yeah.
because it's like 7 years old when that game came out.
You're
It's
like
like
5
dude,
years younger than me.
I was 7
Yeah,
in
but he's
2007.
6 years younger than me.
I know, it's a warm
How old are you, Cody?
I'll be 29 in March. March.
Goddamn. I'm 21 like next week. So happy birthday.
Oh, damn. So you're even younger than
Yeah.
I thought you were like 23.
Nope.
And I am 32. That's the best part. I'm 11 years
I
older.
cannot
Nobody
even-
questions our relationship
You
in
were
public.
literally,
though.
you were literally born like the first month of the millennium.
Yep. Yeah, I was born January 2nd, 2000. So, and here's my social security number.
Your mom was just like holding it in until she realized that Y2K wasn't going to happen. She's like, finally, I can let go.
I was scared, dude. I was keeping up there. I was like, these fucking computers, man.
It was like clinging to the walls.
I was
of
like,
the,
no,
of the
no. The fucking nukes are coming.
I will say one thing. Me and Owen's relationship, people just give us weird looks when we walk down the street. Cause
it is kind of weird sometimes when
I'm
I
a
think
sugar
about
daddy.
it. It's like, this is my son. Game is what introduced me. I was 6 years old. I rented the movie. I was trying to watch it. I made it to the wedding scene. I was like, this shit is boring. Where's the fucking guns and violence? I stopped watching.
The wedding scene is like literally 10 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
All you had to do was watch another 10 minutes and you would have
Yeah.
gotten guns and violence.
But I stopped watching when it cut to like the fucking FBI agents, which is like a little scene that I love. Them taking the license plates. Don't fart into the fucking mic. That's nasty.
I hope it fucking shows up.
Okay. So yeah, I got to that part, and I was like, okay, this is kind of boring. So I turned the shit off. Okay, we're skipping fucking Lance now because he just fucking fuck him. Let's go to Cody. You fucking farted into the
I
microphone.
already said my part.
No. Yeah, you fucking farted in the microphone out of your mouth.
I had seen bits and pieces of it when I was younger. I don't think I'd ever seen it all the way through. And there's quite a few movies like that. Like Billy Madison is another one.
Yeah, I've never watched Billy Madison.
It's like I've seen the whole movie, but I've seen it in pieces because it's just like, oh, it's on TV, so I'm going to watch it. I mean, I enjoy the movie, and I enjoyed it as a kid. So
Billy Madison or The Godfather?
The Godfather. So I've got I've got some new opinions on it, I'll say, but we'll get to that one.
This
He's
movie
about to
sucked.
shit. He's about to shit on a movie
He's
that has a
about-
98% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Cody's the 2%.
He's about to shit on the movie that's like considered the second best movie after the fucking
Gone with the Wind.
Citizen Kane.
Ugh.
He's gonna shit on Citizen Kane too.
Real quick, I took a film class in college, and our last movie that we had to do for the semester was Citizen Kane. And they're like, I watched that movie. I was like, this is boring as fuck. Like, I understand the techniques they used to film that movie were innovative for the time, but it is not the best movie of all time. And saying that a movie that is 80 fucking years old is the best movie of all time is ridiculous. Like, that means that no one after that has learned how to make a better movie in 80 years. So anyone out there who likes Citizen Kane and considers it the best movie of all time, go fuck yourselves.
All right,
I don't think
I'll
it's
be
so
right
much.
back. I gotta go fuck myself. I'm just kidding.
I don't
I've
think
never
it's-
actually seen Citizen Kane.
Well, I mean, like, Gone with the Wind for the longest time was like considered the greatest movie of all time because of all this stuff. And like I said, I mean, it depends on that. It was the first of what was to come. Like movies, when you do something that's like groundbreaking and then people take from you, you're always looked at as like the Godfather of that. You know.
And like I said, Citizen Kane, a lot of people consider it the greatest. Well, a lot of them are film snobs, and they really don't even know what's fucking good.
We already talked about that last episode.
Yeah.
How douchebags.
Yeah.
But it, like Roger Ebert or whatever, he said that that the fucking Hitman movie was a great movie. He said
That movie sucks ass.
and then at the same time he insulted video games. He's like it's a good adaptation of a video game movie, but it's on the wrong side of between movies and video games. It's like, go fuck yourself.
What does that even mean?
It means that it's too much on the video game side and not enough on the movie side.
No, that would be the Doom movie where he's like, let's go first person shooter in that movie.
that movie also sucks.
It sucks.
I thought it was kind of funny.
It should have just been about like some metal dude just ripping fucking demons' heads off, like what fucking Pantera plays in the
And
background.
they had another shot at it with Doom Annihilation, and it also sucks.
Yeah, that
So-
sucks. Is that the one where it's like fucking aliens or some shit?
It came
Like-
out like a year ago.
Yeah.
So my criticisms of The Godfather aren't anything.
Not right now, though.
No, I mean, we'll get into
In
detail
6
when
hours when we
there.
get into it.
But it's nothing like saying that the movie's bad. It's just certain things that I think that they should have done to like just.
It's a very long movie.
It is a very long.
It flirts with long and boring, but it never gets too boring because it eventually picks back up. Like he spaces it out. I think you could have cut like 30 minutes off this fucking movie and not missed anything.
I think like a lot of the pauses were very like good for the acting and shit. Budget was $6 to $7.2 million, And at the box office, it made $246 to $287 million. So yeah,
the studio didn't want Brando.
They didn't want
No.
Brando.
Well, Ford, I just read up on that. Ford wanted him and somebody else, but they didn't want to work with Brando because of his recent string of failure at the box office and his temper.
yeah.
Because he's obviously he's lazy. Let's go ahead and be honest with it.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, what came out first? Was it this or Apocalypse Now?
Oh, it was
Apocalypse
this,
Now
that-
came out later. Yeah, this was what juvenized his fucking career.
Yeah.
And then he still kept that lazy ass
Yeah.
tendency in the Apocalypse
Yeah,
Now.
and
Well, the
Apocalypse
thing
Now,
is,
he was
like,
fuck it.
he just plays himself and just says weird shit. And in this movie, like, no, I mean, he did great in this movie. I actually bought that he was fucking old because he looks old. If you look at interviews that he did this time, he still has a baby face. He looks good for his age. But they literally, I mean, they put shoe polish in his hair to make it look, I don't know why they just wouldn't color his hair, but they put shoe polish in his hair to make his hair darker because it was already gray, and he put cotton balls in his mouth for the role. That's why he's even worse than what it is. Hey, the way he does things, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, what it is. Everybody's like, this guy's really deep. He says shit like the frog jumped down the volcano and pooped out a rabbit. And they're like, that's really fucking deep.
Is that
He goes,
is that shit that he like says like himself? Like
No. He says that in the post-credit scene in The Godfather.
Oh.
You didn't hear that part where he's like, he pooped in the...
Oh yeah. I
No,
forgot
he just
about
says
that.
that we're like always make fun of that, him just riffing
Yeah,
on that
his tape thing.
in
It's
Apocalypse Now. Goes, I saw a snake go down the razor's edge.
I miss the
And
smell
then
favorite.
I just need some pussy, guys. You know, that little thing right there.
I'm-
He just says weird shit, and then you notice when he does interviews, people watch, especially in the 70s, people watch him because they think he's gonna do something weird. Like, what is he gonna say? It's gonna be deep, stuff like that. He'll pause, and like a couple of times I've noticed it. He'll do a quick little smirk before he answers, and he just says something. And he just knows that people are going to hang on every one of his words because they think he's unique and he's a good-looking guy.
What if he
and all
just
this shit like
farted before he
He's
answered?
that. Like I did in the microphone.
Yeah.
But
he takes off his little like shoe microphone.
and like I said, hey, I have no problem with his acting, but it's one of those things like I do realize. I mean, Robert Duvall divulged his story like on the Late Late Show a couple years ago. I saw it on YouTube because I went through some Marlon Brando stuff after Apocalypse Now because I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Marlon Brando's story. He's like, yeah, he didn't know his lines in this movie, so they were holding cue cards when the screen was on him for him to read off his lines. Like that, they would sit there and be making faces while he'd be trying to read the shit, trying to get him to break character and stuff.
He's like, stop making faces.
Of course, he has like, you know, but he has like, you know, he's a weird temper, and any little thing would just set him off. Like we had like Apocalypse Now. Of course, that was when in the beginning when we weren't really good with the details of the movie. Me and Owen had talked about later on. He showed up to the set. He was already overweight.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the episode.
Yeah, but he was like, he told the director, no, I think the guy should be named this and looks like this. Who does that going to a movie set to the director? No, I know this character you want. He wanted to be 6'6" and bald and all this, but I think he should have hair and probably be Sasquatch's son. And his name is going to be James, not Guatemala, or whatever.
Should be Marlon
Brando.
Brando.
But and then they had to go on a boat trip for like 5 weeks to be convinced. Now this is Marlon Brando, people.
You know, you mentioned the cue card thing. You notice it when he's in these scenes in this movie that he's like
scratching his chin.
He's like,
he keeps looking down.
He pulls his hand up. He pulls his hand up.
he sounds like us on our early podcast. It was,
I still saw him. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, you can see him like especially like in the beginning when he's in his office and and people are coming up to him like, you know, oh, I need a favor, and he's like standing up and he's like looking to the right and then he'll look at them and then he'll look to the left.
I still think his performance is good though, even despite that.
I will say this movie is fantastic. Marlon Brando, I do not like as an actor, and I do not like him in this movie.
I think he's good.
I hate it. When I was a kid, I thought that his cadence in this movie was part of the character, but no, that's just his cadence, period, and I can't stand it.
Yeah.
That say 3 words at a time and then pause for 5 seconds.
The thing, I guess, in my brain, I can separate that from like how Brando like does fucking every movie like that. I guess
We were talking before the podcast. You said this movie could have been 30 minutes shorter. It would have been 30 minutes shorter if he would have just said his fucking lines instead of pausing all the time.
Okay, let's play. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Real
it's
quick.
just like I think it's part.
What if he's trying not to swallow the cotton balls? That's why he's pausing for 5 seconds between words.
But he talks like that in Apocalypse Now, also.
Apocalypse Now.
He's trying not to fucking swallow any mosquitoes.
Okay, that's it. That's the high point of this podcast. I'm out. Owen delivered the line. I'm good. When you see actors, like these actors, everybody's like, oh, they're like groundbreaking people. Brando,
Nice.
Pacino, De Niro, Joe Pesci. All these guys that I like, they're in these gangster movies too. To a certain point, they're actors, but when they get in their later years, they're just Joe Pesci in this movie. They're just Al Pacino in this movie. They're just Robert De Niro. There's nothing different. They're just playing themselves with like a different line or something like that, which I have no problem with.
It could just be this era that they're from. I will say though, Al Pacino throughout the first half of his career was able to play different characters. It's just he became so famous for Scarface, I think, that a lot of his stuff afterwards pulled a lot from that role. Yeah. It's not. I recognize that actors from the 60s and 70s aren't like actors from like modern times, where you do have someone like, Joaquin Phoenix or Jim Carrey or something. They can really like, or Johnny Depp.
Let's not put Jim Carrey in the same as Joaquin Phoenix.
Or Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
No, hang with me here. Or Johnny Depp, where they can can become other characters.
There are actors now that are like fucking, you have like Jason Statham and shit that are just like, or fucking The Rock that are just like, oh, it's me.
All the time, yeah. Jason Statham at least did Spy with Melissa McCarthy, and that movie was fucking hilarious. And you do still have actors today that are like that, but
I mean, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the beginning of his career was incredible.
So much to do, so
with
much to
Conan Barbarian and Predator and Commando,
all the same person.
Terminator. I forgot about Terminator for some reason. I don't
think Arnold Schwarzenegger actually became a different character until the 90s when he was like in Kindergarten Cop and
it's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
All the way and shit.
Put that cookie down.
You enjoying your lasagna?
I wonder what she looked like.
Lasagna's not even fucking Italian. This is bullshit.
That's what I thought. I was like,
yeah,
they're supposed to be like Italian.
Yeah, there's like Sicilian Italians.
Yeah, it's like, you enjoying your lasagna?
You like your pizza?
Your fucking pizza. You like your pizza pie?
They should be eating like, I don't even know what the fuck Sicilians eat.
You take out that Parmesan cheese in that plastic bottle.
So the fucking opening shot of this is a big Sicilian-styled wedding, and it is the wedding of the Don's daughter, or however the fuck he says.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was his daughter marrying that abusive prick.
Yeah, it was his daughter's marrying. Fuck, what is his name? Carlo Rizzi.
I thought it was Rizzo.
Isn't that a rapper?
No, I thought
it's Rizzi, I think, or Rizzi, because it's
be.
Rizzi.
The only reason I know any of these characters' names is because of Wikipedia. I couldn't follow anything
Pussy
watching
pasta.
the movie. Not to be mean. I mean, Sonny, Michael, I get it. I can't remember the Q-tip brother.
Fredo.
Alfredo?
Alfredo.
There's Fredo.
I loved you like a brother.
Which it threw me off later on in the movie when they start referring to Sonny by like his real name.
Yeah,
it's like, what is it, Santino?
Or something? Santino's it.
I was like, who the fuck
Pizza
is
pasta,
Santino?
pizza pasta
Didn't they refer to
pepperoni.
him after he was killed?
Yeah, after he was killed, and it's like
Santino.
Maybe it was like a thing off
your brother Santino's dead. I was like, Santino? I thought his brother was Sonny and Fredo. What the fuck is happening?
Maybe that was just the way it was more formal after they passed away.
Maybe,
Well,
I don't know.
Italians do that shit all the time. They're like, oh, my name's fucking Pussy Vigilangelo, but they just call me Vinny. Yeah.
But the problem is the movie doesn't really make it clear that his name is Santino until after he's dead. So
Santino Morella.
Yeah, they just
Cobra.
they call him Sonny to his face all the time, and then after when they were.
But I'm like you. I couldn't keep up with most of the characters.
The characters' names. I know their faces.
Especially
I don't want to sound like a retard.
These chunks of the movie where like a lot of people are dying real quick.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of hits being.
Yeah,
made.
that's
like,
during
who the fuck's being
the
killed?
baptism scene. Yeah, he's just killing like all of the fucking head
5
mon-
families.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. But
yeah,
it's like,
and it's so quick that like, and they really only show like the fucking heads of the like mobs like during that one scene where they're all together like during the commission shit.
yeah.
And like, so yeah, even when I was like watched it for the first couple times, I'm always like, who the fuck are they killing like in quick succession? I mean, I recognize like fucking they kill
the casino guy.
yeah, they
He
kill
got shot right in
Mo
the eyeball.
Green and they kill fucking the Turk Salazzo.
Yeah.
I think during their
When do they kill the sister's husband?
At the very
at
end.
the very end.
Very
yeah,
end.
after Michael takes over.
And that's something else.
Well, Michael killed all the one he took over too. That's like that's after he's taken over. He's like been the figurehead for a while. They've already killed the 5 families. Yeah. It's his father just had the heart attack and all that stuff, and that's when he confronts Carlo about doing that.
About beating her.
No, because Carlo's the one that set up his brother getting killed too.
Okay.
So, yeah, because Carlo got his brother set up Sonny to be killed because Sonny attacked him.
Yeah, you get the shit bit out of him and embarrassed by Sonny.
Yeah, so then he sets up Sonny being killed. That's what threw me off because they get the call. She calls Sonny or whoever again after the bad beating later on.
Yeah,
and they're like, we got to go. Just stay there. We're gonna go take care of this. And then the next scene.
He just
it's
gets
something
fucking
completely
blasted.
different.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, I thought y'all were gonna go take care of this, and like,
well,
but that's when he goes and pulls up and gets shot.
What is happening is that her husband, fucking Carlo, he's beating her on purpose so that he fucking provokes Sonny to go to their house to like beat the shit out of him, and he knows which way he's gonna go, so that's why he set up that hit like that. They explain it more in the book.
Okay, I almost thought for a second, for some reason, I was twisting it in my mind, like, was the sister setting up Sonny too at the same time? Because but then I remembered the whole belt scene. I forgot about the shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he's beating on her with the belt, he's doing that shit on purpose. He wants to like beat the shit out of her, so Sonny will come there and try to kick his ass.
Because he's negotiating.
Yeah,
with
that's why
he
made his fucking mistress like call the house. Like her, I guess he didn't make her, but I mean, I think he knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because she flips out, starts breaking stuff, says something about going to his whore or whatever.
How do you keep a straight face doing that thing?
My
both
whore.
of those actors. She's like over freaking out, and she looks
he's
terrible.
It seems like he's really beating the shit out of her with the fucking belt.
Well, and like when he starts hitting her with the belt, the first hit is like against her like pregnant stomach. I was like, fuck. God, I was like, oh man,
kinky. Spit that RC cola out your nose. But yeah. The whole fucking thing about that, and I figured you guys would probably find it weird that like Vito and Michael didn't really seem to give much of a fuck about like, him beating on his sister. Yeah. It's because in like Sicilian tradition, and they explain it more in the book, it's seen that the husband has like the right to basically beat their wife, like in old-fashioned Sicilian tradition.
They're the head of the house, and they should
they're head of the house, and they should be respected, and that like a father-in-law shouldn't be able to step in on that kind of shit. So it was seen as kind of like out of line that Sonny had done that shit and like beat the fuck out of him for that.
That scene where he's beating her with the belt and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's so fucked up, and it makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it feels so good when he finally gets fucking like strangled.
She has every reason to be upset. Obviously, she knows that he's cheating, with someone. And then, like, this motherfucker asks her to, like, make dinner. She makes this huge fucking dinner. And he's like, I'm going to eat out like a prick.
Eat some pussy later.
The funny thing is, I don't know, it's weird watching it because you see Sonny, like, fuck every woman he sees in the movie. But he's a family man.
Yeah, he has a wife, too.
He's a wife, and he has multiple kids and a baby, too. But you don't look at him the same way as you do Carlo. Mm-hmm. Carlo's just doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but he's actually like beating the shit out of him.
But you don't see Sonny doing that. You don't know if he has beat his wife.
In the book, they talk about there's a lot of shit in the book that in the movie that they cut off from the book because if they put this shit into the movie, it would have been 10 hours long. So, in the fucking book, Sonny, his wife, really. They talk about Sonny's dick a lot in the book.
Being so big?
Yeah. He has like a huge ass dick.
Oh, I thought he had a hook dick.
He's got one of those dicks that goes all the way back.
He pulls people off stage and they're getting too rowdy.
But the girl that he's fucking at the beginning of the movie, they talk about her vagina a lot too, and she's a character. And apparently she has a big ass pussy. So the reason why
he's Italian.
A big ass pussy.
A big ass pussy. Hey, that fucking pussy is so big.
It is sweet like a cologne.
Owen's eyes got so wild. He looked at Cody and he looked at me like he was looking for almost approval.
I was looking for approval. There.
And I was like, you go for it, dude.
That pussy looks like a big extra large pizza.
I'm usually the one going on tangents. Owen goes, we literally had this conversation 2 days ago at work. Owen goes, yeah, Lance has these, because he kind of talks, kind of low. He goes, yeah, Lance has these tangents. I just kind of let him go on it. And Owen's looking at me like, are you going to reel me back in? I'm like, no, bro, go ahead. Yeah.
Sonny has a huge ass dick, and the bitch that he's fucking in the beginning. Ooh, it's hot in here now. Yeah. Sorry, the respectable woman.
Guy cramps.
The respectable woman that he's having relations with in the beginning.
No, I was just talking about his dick. We're good.
Okay. She is said to have a big ass pussy.
So she's the only one that can handle it.
Yeah, so she's the only one that can handle it, and his wife actually prefers him to have a mistress, so she doesn't have to handle his big ass member.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says in the book.
Oh.
So.
Well, as long as he's got approval.
Yeah, he has approval.
He's got a hall pass. Yeah, lifelong hall pass.
Yeah, the fucking hall monitor let him through.
She is the hall monitor. Okay, so, but does he beat his wife at all in the book?
No, I don't think he does. In the book, like the women are every like woman character is treated kind of poorly, like kind of like in the movie.
The only one that in the movie really treats women with any kind of respect is Michael.
Yeah, and even then, not really, because he treats just like his like American wife like shit.
Think about I don't remember Sonny yelling
he's
at
not
his
married
wife.
to her, is he?
He marries that.
He marries her later,
on.
Yeah. But I mean, like she's like, I love you, and he's like, I don't say that. It's lame. I can't do that around the boys.
Well, no, because he doesn't love her.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't love her. I think he only goes back to her because he loved that other woman in Italy
with the weird little.
But he goes back. He goes back to her, and what does he have?
Yeah.
Because you think if he would have come back to America, he probably would have came back with her before she's brutally murdered.
Yeah. But if you think about, I'm gonna push back on I think Sonny's the one that treats the women the best because he looks after her for his sister. He even yells at Carlo for don't talk to her that way at the fucking table. You don't ever see him really yelling at his wife, and he obviously satisfies every woman he sleeps with.
Yeah, because he has a huge ass penis.
But Michael is a complete dick when he gets around his family. You see, he's not like them until he's around them more, and he reverts back into the family.
Yeah, even in the sequel, he's still like a huge ass dick to Kay.
It's like later on in the movie when Vito tells him, I never wanted this for you. He always thought that he would be a senator or some kind of politician. He wanted him to have a different form of power than being like the Don of the family. But he also basically says that his other two sons were never going to be able to take over.
But see, Michael...
Because Fredo is an idiot.
Alfredo.
Michael is very conniving. He's like a planner and stuff like that. Once you see that. Sonny is like on the seat of his pants. So at least I look at Sonny like more along the lines, he gets it honest. Whereas Michael knows everything he's doing. He's calculating everything he's doing.
Yeah.
So he's using people. He's using his wife. He got back with her just so she could have his kids. Yeah. And all this other stuff, and she just takes them right back.
And that was what I was saying is maybe he doesn't treat women better. I don't know. You're right. They all kind of treat him like shit. I think Sonny only
like the beginning neutralizes the end how because he's really polite with his girlfriend, and he goes like father does this and all this other stuff. And at the end of it, he goes one time. I'll let you ask my affairs one time, and she asks him. He goes no. Like what the fuck?
I like how there's a pause too, and he's like. No,
but like the American girl, he only takes her back.
The American girl
because he wants someone to have his kids, and I don't think he even loves her when he comes back. It's not about that.
Like I got some of that Sicilian pussy, dude. I'm tired of this shit.
Peach.
Some of those like pointy manly nipples.
I'm assuming that he has like mistresses in the other movies.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he does. I don't know. He might in the second movie.
He dies in the beginning of the third one, doesn't he?
Don't fucking ruin it, you
No,
dick.
he doesn't die. He doesn't die at the beginning of the third one.
You shithead.
He doesn't die at the beginning anyway.
He doesn't die at the beginning. The movie is literally called Godfather 3: The Death of Michael Corleone. That's literally what the movie's called.
I mean, like
we're holding hands now because I need a support group.
But
Godfather 3 sucks ass anyway.
They did just come out with that Godfather 3 Coda or whatever that has like a new ending and beginning in it.
So, did we get to see fucking? Have you seen Godfather 3?
Again, it's been a long time ago.
Do you remember at the end when fucking his daughter gets shot?
La 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 la.
Cover your ears. Close your eyes. Okay. Do you remember at the end when his daughter gets shot? The acting is so fucking bad, and she's like, "Daddy." Fuck that shit. Godfather 3 sucks.
Okay, Godfather 3 didn't it come out in like the 90s?
Yes. They had to wait for Al Pacino to get old.
Yeah, it was post Scarface.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why they did that?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, the thing, but that was like almost 16 years because part 2 came out in 74.
Coppola had to wait for his daughter to grow up and fucking be in a shitty movie and act terribly.
Maybe it was
Is
just
that his daughter that plays Pacino's daughter?
Yeah.
You were talking about as a shitty actor going, Daddy.
I heard that
part.
But I did want to touch about the opening, like the opening shot that's completely
I'm gonna
dark,
touch it.
and it has the fucking Undertaker guy, the first character you see in the movie. He's talking like they beat my daughter.
I thought we were talking about Mark Holloway.
And I'm also the Undertaker.
I had trouble understanding him. So his daughter was beaten?
Yeah, his daughter was
taken out by this guy he didn't approve of initially.
Yeah.
And then he beat her.
And then, they got her drunk and they tried to take advantage of her.
She had a boyfriend. They wanted a threesome. She didn't want that. So they got drunk and then they beat the fuck out of her.
Oh, see, for some reason, I was getting the implication that she was raped by those guys.
No, she wasn't raped. She was like, and she kept out on her own. She kept out on. Fuck, I can't do it. Never mind. But anyway, so it's the Don's wedding. He's doing favors for people just to show that he like fucking kind of has his own kind of criminal morality kind of shit.
He does favors for people, but he doesn't really seem like he wants to do any favors for anybody.
Sexual favors.
No, I think he likes people begging him, so he likes to egg it on. He keeps saying it's like I don't remember the last time you invited me over for a cup of coffee.
Piece of shit. Well, it's all about like honor and respect and shit.
But it's honor and respect to how that person looks at it. They just make up the rules as they go.
And then they have to walk up to him and give him a big fat kiss.
Yeah, it's like, you go with that shit with Michael later on, like fast forward to the end of the podcast. When he's like, one time you asked about my affairs because he just doesn't want her a part of that. You're just there to prepare my kids and shit like that. And he lies to her any fucking way.
Well, that seems like something typical in like mafia
it's all
fiction anyway.
Yeah, it's like
you never include the women in that shit. Like with like
it's like the equivalent of somebody moving the goalpost. So if we had an argument about Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
As a Titans fan, like people who watch football understand that. I sit there and be like, oh yeah, well if he did this and that, then he'd be a great running back. Then he did that. I'm like, yeah, but he did that over the course of 16 games instead of 8 games or whatever. Yeah. That's the same equivalent to them like, oh, well,
you can ask me one time,
but
then be like,
you didn't give me respect. You didn't invite me over for coffee and toast or some shit like that. They're just moving the goalposts every time just to see if you'll keep begging them.
Yeah.
So they can ask you for even deeper favor almost.
No. Well, I mean, there's a criminal fucking like you scratch my
back
kind of
thing. That part thing is like they talk about the honor, but it's a fucking self-imposed, made-up honor that they keep.
I mean, that's like factually how it is.
That's how the mafia is. I mean,
you're touching on like real life.
We operate on honor, but then in the shadows, you got these heads of their families being like, well, actually, I kind of want to get in on their business or whatever, so we need to start taking them out.
Fucking whack them. Whack them off.
Make it look like someone else did it or whatever. It's all like just sleazy,
But it's just the thing. It's like the whole honor thing because you always think about the honor amongst thieves, and it's a bunch of bullshit. I thought he was the favor he was going to ask him would be like much worse. He's like, no, just give me a free funeral for my son.
Yeah,
it's pretty much all the favor was. He cashed in after killing that dude or those two guys that try to rape his daughter. So
in the video game, you actually do that. You do that mission, you beat the shit out of those guys.
So you really real quick.
The whole video game is like your side characters. From the movie.
Yeah, I was hoping you were like Marlon Brando, physically going around doing.
Yeah,
shit.
you create your own like mafioso, and you like do like side character. Like you're the guy who puts the head of the horse head into the fucking thing.
So it's like one of those like Assassin's Creed style things where like these are all moments in history.
Yeah, and you're in
like
the shadows.
You're like there and you still experience those moments, but you're doing other stuff in the background. So
that fucking baby that keeps crying? I'm pretty fucking sure that's the director's daughter.
I think it is too. I think you're right. Definitely.
She grew up.
It became a terrible fucking actor.
How many times does it ever really work out where like, oh, well, I'm in the movie business and my kid's going to become an actor because I'm in the movie business, and then they're just a terrible fucking actor.
Well, like a father.
Kristen Stewart's like that. She's fucking awful. She's the same in every movie. Oh, she's really great in Charlie's Angels. No, bitch, she ain't. She's the same fucking character she was in Twilight.
Baby being baptized at the end. It's supposed to be infant Michael Francis Rizzi.
Yeah.
That's her. That is literally her. And, holy shit. I thought I read that somewhere.
I mean, it doesn't surprise
Francis
me.
Ford Coppola. He was born in Detroit, Michigan. I wonder if he's a Lions fan.
Is he of Italian descent? I mean, Coppola is like a fucking Italian.
Let's see.
I don't know how like far back.
Born into a family of Italian immigrant ancestry. Yeah.
Okay.
his paternal grandparents came to the United States from Bernalda, Basilicata.
And see, when his grandparents came over here, they're like, "We're gonna make everything the Italian way." And then when the grandkids came along, it's like, "Oh fuck it, give them lasagna."
Portatune bene forte. We'll talk about Sollozzo a little bit. So
which one's Sollozzo?
Sollozzo's the Turk. He's the character that's coming to Vito with the proposition with the Tatalias to start taking in, like, is it meth? Heroin. He wants to bring heroin into the States.
I just remember them saying narcotic.
Yeah.
Well, I think Marlon felt like Marlon.
Well, I think he's still, well, I don't know.
Vito, it feels like, I don't think he wants to do it because it makes it messy.
Yeah. Because the way the mafia used to be is like, they just fucking bootleg liquor and shit, like did like gambling and whores. So like
that's respectable shit.
Yeah. Hey, if you're me, it's respectable. You know what I'm saying?
He made a good point. Like Vito was like, you want my protection because I'm so friendly with the cops or whatever. He's like, I'm not gonna be too friendly with them if I'm bringing in narcotics.
He does like a little
respectable stuff. He literally says that.
And I think he only accepts it because it's part of their truce to try and end all the bloodshed.
Towards the end,
I think he also realizes, like, at that point that he's probably too old and this is the new wave coming in. Like, you can kind of see that in the middle of this movie with him before he gets, canned with a couple of gunshots that would have killed the Terminator. And you can see that he kind of has, like, this kind of look, and it's like, Robert Duvall's character. What's his name?
Tom Hagen.
Tom Hagen. And Tom's like, we don't get a piece of this, we're going to miss out on that action the next 10 years.
But I feel like
already thinking about the future, whereas, Marlon's like, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've got right now. The kind of look he has on his face. That's what the vibe I got from the character.
Yeah.
That he kind of feels like he's getting moved past on, like, this is new shit he doesn't want to do. Like, I don't think he wants to introduce drugs to kids.
I think
that's something he says, right? He's like,
that was another like mob boss. He was like, don't give it to the kids. To keep it away from schools.
Oh yeah, it's the one smoking the cigar.
Yeah, he says all that. He says all that racist shit after it.
I don't like narcotics either. But if we're gonna do it, we gotta have limitations or whatever.
Yeah.
No kids, no schools, no parks. Not in my front yard, maybe in my backyard if you're a good boy.
But that's always something that's like kind of a thing sometimes with mafia movies where they're like they don't want to touch drugs because it's like considered like a less honorable shit,
Again, it's the moving the goalposts of the honor.
Yeah. So Sollozzo comes with them with that deal. He wants to move some fucking drugs from.
Is he part of the other family?
No, he's like a third party. He's just some drug smuggler.
Okay. So he's not the one that gets shot in the restaurant later.
Yes, he is the one who does.
So that's him.
Yes, that's Sollozzo.
No offense, a lot of these Italian guys in the movie, they kind of look the same.
Is he Italian?
Yes, he's a Sicilian.
Is it? It's the cop then that's like I'm German Irish or whatever.
No, that's Tom Hagen. Tom Hagen's not. He's adopted.
He's oy vey.
No, the cop he's just a fucking dick. He never said that. He's one of.
But he's got like an Irish last name and shit. It's like McCluskey or some shit.
Yeah, he's in bed. He's in bed with the other family, so that's why he called the guards. Well, let's get to the big gunshot moment. That's ridiculous.
So yeah, he declines Sollozzo's offer. So Sollozzo gets fucking pissed and he starts throwing shit. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just bullshitting. No, I'm just fucking with you. But no, so they take it. The Tatalias like set up a couple hits. First they kill off Luca Brasi.
Yeah, because he was gonna send Luca in to be a spy.
Yeah,
that thing was that was gruesome. He's like, and they fucking stabbed his hand. And they fucking
the acting in that fucking part is like when that actor's like, it looks like he's actually getting fucking choked.
And then they grind him up in a hamburger meat.
Yeah, and then they.
Oh wait, that's Mafia 2's Luca because that also has a Luca in it.
Oh god,
all these fucking all these Italian names.
Vinny. How do you like that spicy meatball?
It's like in mafia fiction. There's only like 10 first names they can pull from. So it's like we gotta have a Polly, we gotta have a Tommy, we gotta have a Luca,
a Vinny,
a Vincenzo. It's like oh gosh,
a Lorenzo,
Vito,
Mario, Luigi, Wario.
This is Waluigi. This is
Bowser. Mushroom King.
This is my fucking wife, Princess Peach.
And this is my sister Toad.
shit. What's the little? Oh God.
Who are you talking
The little
about?
thing you ride in, like.
This is Yoshi.
This is Yoshi.
This is my fucking dog, Yoshi. Fucking come on.
I would love someone to make like a short fan made Super Mario thing, but they're all like in an Italian mob.
There's got to be some fucking like Newgrounds animation or some shit.
I mean, think about it. Like, if you think about Mario, they're Italian. There's a mushroom,
which is drugs.
They're mafia guys on acid because they're fighting a dragon and riding a little dinosaur. And
well, it's weird because like Mario, Luigi, and Peach, and like the princesses are like the only like human characters in that world. Everyone else is like a turtle or something.
Wario and Luigi, those guys are they brothers like Mario and Luigi are?
I don't really know.
I don't know this fucking Mario podcast.
It interesting. So before we get back to the Godfather, but an interesting fact about Wario is that they originally designed him obviously to be like the anti-Mario, but they wanted him to be German. And when the guy that voiced him, he just gave him like an Italian accent or whatever. So it was just like
that was not setting up the way I thought it was.
Ooh yeah, that's Wario.
I thought he was gonna be like Zeke Heil. I'm like, oh no! Wasn't these games made in the '80s?
He had like a toothbrush mustache. You know,
he looked like Mo from the Three Stooges.
Red armband. That's Wario.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh. What if that was like a fucking a costume that he could have? It's like, hey, why don't we just have him like a brown suit and a red armband?
I got this perfect idea.
But yeah, so okay, that's who got killed, and then the fucking
the police chief,
gets him oranges, and then his Q-tip son.
That's Alfredo. Alfredo drops his pistol. Oh,
Alfredo's like, "You, Papa!" He's yelling, "Papa!"
That's something else I didn't understand. Why the fuck is he going to get fruit? Doesn't he have people for that?
No, he likes to do it.
He's like,
fruit. So I can't wait to shove these in my ass later.
You guys don't understand. I'm about to go to Vietnam. I'm gonna need something to eat. I heard they don't have a lot of things but chicken nuggets.
I don't want to get scurvy. So yeah, he gets fucking ventilated by these two fucking button men, as they call them.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that's what parlance. Parlay.
Parlance. That's the parlance.
Italian parlance.
Oh, okay. That's what I'll make sure.
So.
And then he like gets up, stumbles around.
It's so like dramatic too. Like it's like this. Like I was talking about this bits where they get shot like 10 times and you fucking get back up and like, oh, it hurts so bad.
He's like laying on the hood of the car and like sliding off like super slow, and it's like, oh, he's done, and then he goes,
oh, and it's like, God damn it, Marlon Brando, just fucking die.
That does remind me of like all the mafia shit they make fun of in Naked Gun. They're like getting shot in slow motion, like.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, that's where they got it from. Because they literally, I've always watched it in spoofs. I've never seen like this before, and then all that. So it's funny seeing it. Like,
there's like so many parts in this movie where it's like the acting I think overall is like fucking fantastic, but there's parts in this movie where there's like flub ups and shit, like when fucking Marlon Brando gets shot up and he does like his little fucking like death gasp thing, or when Sonny's like beating the shit out of Carlo and he fucking whiffs. He like completely whiffs.
Oh yeah. He's like this far away from his face.
That's moral cinematography right there.
Yeah, because he, like when they do the next cut, when he's like laying,
and it looks like he's actually like beating the shit out of him. Then,
if you look closely, like you can tell that it's like in front of, but the way that the camera's shot, it makes it look more.
And it looks good. It's just that fucking one whiff always bothered me.
Oh, you want to talk about whiff that bothers you? Go back and watch Return of the Jedi. Luke is up on the barge trying to save Han from, all that shit. He kicks somebody. He literally fucking misses by like a mile. It's the scene of
I've never noticed that.
It's the scene where Boba Fett gets hit in the jackpad and he goes, ah!
Wasn't there some like famous wrestling match too where someone like threw a kick or a punch or something and
there's
oversold it?
There's like Undertaker there's like a clip of like Undertaker or Triple H. I forget which one, but like he's like fucking doing that and he's like so far off and like somebody in the crowd's like, you didn't even hit him.
There's another one, Scott Steiner. That video Can't Touch Steiner. He has Christian up by the head, and I guess he's supposed to slam Christian's head into the mat. So Christian just goes, "Oh," and Scott lets him go, and then he goes back into his hands. It's hilarious.
Force, bro.
It's like, woo. Scott Steiner's like, "I'm a fucking Jedi." So be it.
Oh, and they kidnap Tom Hagen, too.
Yeah, well, they kind of forcefully do it. Yeah, it's like at least they don't tie him up. I thought they were going to kill him. But it's really just to scare him. Like, look, they know he's the legal aid. It's like, we need this legally done, so, you know, our honor isn't, like, receipts for the way we're doing shit, you know? So, at least this is legally done, you know, shit like that. And then, of course, Santino Marella, Sonny. I'm so far away from him, Mike. Sonny is, you know, in charge, and you know he seems like, you know, but he's very, like, really fucking emotional. Like, by the seat of his pants, he's making decisions.
That famous anger.
Yeah,
I like how he just mentions that. Like, they don't like show it, and like Salazzo's just like, don't let that famous anger get to you.
I know. Like, there was another scene they cut out. Of course, I mean, this would have been 5 hours.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a thing where, you know, even like after, of course, you wait like another 15 minutes to find out that Marlon Brando isn't dead yet in real life.
He's back. He's up there.
Yeah.
Fucking aliens.
He's like, Homeland. John Candy's like, no, I'm on that line.
John Candy, Elvis, Marlon Brando.
John Candy's like, oh shit, Marlon's trying to get in touch again.
He's like, no, not that motherfucker.
Oh, honey. But you know, you find out he's not alive, but then Tom's like, look, we're not bringing any money in because after he gets shot, that's when the cops start like cracking down on the organized crime, or kind of.
No, it's when Michael shoots Salazzo in the cop, okay. And that's where like fucking gang war happens.
And that's what they try to warn him about, is that, you know, you don't kill cops because, you know, you don't
crack down on that shit.
Right. But he's like, well, I just see it as it being a dirty cop and taking care of business. It's nothing poisonal.
Nothing poisonal.
That was a fucking cool scene though.
Where he fucking shoots him in the head.
Yeah, the moment before he's about to snap, where he just kind of like, you know, you can see he's just fucking bubbling, and his fucking face is swollen for like, I swear, like a year after him getting punched in the fucking jaw as hard as it was. Because you see him in Italy, he's being hidden away. I'm assuming that's for a whole year, but like scenes and his face is still swollen like a fucking golf ball.
No, this movie, I think the time scale is like fucking, it's like maybe 10 years or some shit. Like 5 or 10 years.
That was one of the things I was going to point out as one of the issues I have with the movie, is it doesn't do a good job of making it clear how much time has passed.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it changes the cars around, but like a 50s car compared to like a 45 car is like fucking nothing.
Yeah.
This thing's got a fucking tape player in it.
It's not like they're driving around in like a 45 Ford and then jumping in like a fucking Corvette, you know?
Hey, watch this, a button.
I mean, if we ever do the sequel, you'll definitely see them like fucking, one's in like a Model T, and then the next scene they're like driving around like Cadillacs.
Yeah, so I mean, there's only like some moments, like when Michael comes back to the States and he tracks down that woman, and he's like, yeah, I've been back.
Kay, I want your pussy, Kay, please.
I've been back for about a year. It's like, oh well, you look exactly the same age as you did at the beginning of this movie. So
and your jaw is still swollen after that punch from the cop. That's the best thing.
And speaking of when he's in Italy, one of the things I noticed is like whenever they speak Italian, it's like
that was frustrating.
It's like sometimes they have subtitles and sometimes they don't.
Most of the time, I think you can get by without really knowing what they say. A lot of times it's just context.
He took his finger and then insert his other finger, like, oh, pizza.
He's like, pussy. What if he was like, you want fuck? Fuck.
You want fuck now?
Well, I like when he kills the cop and the other guy in the restaurant. You know, he comes back after getting the gun.
And then Salazzo talks to him in Sicilian for like a long ass time.
And it's like, he says something like, tu padre es mal, or whatever, which is more like Spanish, but I know it's close. And it's like, his dad is bad? Like, what the fuck is he saying? And he like pulls a gun out and shoots him, like, well, I guess I'll never know.
Like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
I'm gonna turn you into a pizza pie. I'm gonna put a pin a noodle hole in your head.
I'm gonna make you look like a Swiss cheese.
So they kill Paulie because he happened not to show up to work that day.
Well, no, he knew about it.
He
was an accomplice, yeah.
They all, like, anything happens never happens for just a reason.
Yeah, he didn't.
I mean, like, I call him Fish, but that old guy at the end with the big nose, the tall dude, he plays a character named Fish on the Barney Miller sitcom in the 70s. But he's just like, tell Michael it wasn't personal.
Oh, fuck, what's his name? God damn it! I knew his name before you said Fish. He's a capo, Clemenza, and fucking Tessio. Fucking goddamn, his name's Tessio.
There are too many characters in this movie.
His name's Tessio.
Again, I like this movie a lot, but there are way too many characters. Was it really?
Yeah, they got it from a fucking dog food company.
Nice, bro. I knew it looked like a real horse head. I was like, did Francis Ford Coppola kill another animal?
God almighty. He's just, I swear to God, that shit's just fucking gross. Dude, it ain't gonna be that fucking realistic. It's fine.
Well, I mean, it's not like they killed it. It was already dead. So they make dog food out of it.
Luca Brasi?
Luca Brasi's the guy who gets garroted. He's the enforcer.
Okay, gotcha.
He's the guy like, Don, thank you for inviting me to your wedding. I hope your first child is a masculine child.
Oh, because he's kind of slow. But
Yeah.
he's the muscle.
He's
But
like a super big piece of shit in the book. Like he like fucking like in the book there's this part where he has like a mistress and his mistress is giving birth and he like doesn't want the kid so he like puts the baby like in an incinerator.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Luca Brasi's character in the book is a huge piece of shit. Mm-hmm. He has like a mistress and his mistress gives birth, but he doesn't want the baby, so he gets the maid who helped birth the baby to put the baby in the incinerator.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he's like a pretty big piece of shit in the book.
Abraham Vigoda is the actor who played in the Barney Miller thing. He's Tessio.
Yeah, Tessio.
The one who at the very end.
Yeah, who betrays.
He goes, "This is gonna mess up all my plans." The thing we just watched. Sorry, I just wanted to look there because I couldn't remember his name. Because he's hilarious. He talks just like he acts just like he does that in the sitcom. He talks. Tell these people all the time. You know, it's hilarious. He doesn't change as an actor. But yeah, so he goes, "I don't want to see that motherfucker again." So he gets the hit, and so the next scene you see that fat guy. His wife says, "Don't forget the pozzolis." Yeah. And they go out and drive out in the middle of fucking nowhere. He gets out, take a piss, and they shoot his ass. And
yeah.
It looks like it's probably.
And they're like, "Drop the gun, get the cannolis.
Yeah.
We need those."
I didn't pay all that money for those cannolis for nothing.
We need the fucking cannoli. They say gabagool in the beginning of this movie.
And seeing this gabagool's brains all over the windshield makes me hungry.
Gabagool.
He's the one, that fat guy. He's the one that chokes out the dude in the movie.
I think so. He's a character in the second movie. Well, the actor who plays him in this movie is not in the second movie, but him young shows up in the second movie.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's like a pretty big character, Clemenza.
Yeah, he's I remember it was like they say at the end at the funeral for his father. It was like, I thought it would have been Clemenza that would have betrayed us. He's like, no, it's a smart move. Tessa was always the smart one.
It's so funny that they say that because like I said in the second movie they portray Clemenza like as like being really really loyal. Like he's with like Vito in the fucking beginning. You know?
Well, it's like the Don Vito tells Michael right before he passes away from the grave. His Force Ghost shows up.
I'm here, guys. I'm young. I realized my mistake.
I slaughtered them.
But he tells him like
animals.
He's like whoever comes to you for the meetup is the one that's a traitor or whatever.
After they figure out like so they kill. I guess we should talk about like the setup to kill Salazzo and shit.
I can't remember who Salazzo is.
God damn. You guys cannot remember these Italian names.
I can remember his face. I don't remember which one was he again?
He's the drug dealer guy. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, when he gets shot in the head.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But
yeah,
no,
we can just skip that if you want.
Because he's the one that kept like threatening the members of the family. You know, I'm sure he's the one that set up the fucking hit job on Sonny that Carlo contacted to get that and shit like that. So I don't know. That's one thing. It's funny because they try to do all this maneuvering in the movie to up one another in the family, and Michael's just like fucking kill them all.
Yeah,
he's just gonna take over fucking
like,
everything. He's just like, and literally,
it seems so easy too. It's like, why the fuck didn't they just do that from the beginning?
Everybody had their honor that they didn't want to step on. You know?
And by the time Godfather 3 rolls around, like Michael is basically like long.
One thing about Godfather 3. Wait, you can finish. Sorry.
He's just like crazy with power, basically. You know, that's what leads to the death of Michael Corleone.
Yeah,
that's what the movie's called.
One thing in Godfather 3, it pisses me the fuck off because like
you ruined it in the title.
They have like another commission meeting at that, and like he's like they make Michael Corleone out like he's like a little punk bitch or some shit. Like he's not like fucking like the top of the commission and shit. Like there's all these other families that are like as strong as he is. And it's like in part 3, and it's like, dude, he fucking like killed all these motherfuckers back in like the 40s.
Yeah, and basically in order to take control, so you have to think. And it's been a while since I've seen the other movies, but you think that the other families were allowed to be brought up under his rule.
Yeah, it's like
of,
he was
you
like
know.
fucking surveying them and shit.
It's like he decimated everything, and then everything else is gonna be made in his image at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
that's that's sort of the point.
Yeah. But like Godfather 3 like fucking just throws it away.
They were gonna make a Godfather 4 until the I guess the screenwriter passed away. Yeah, they were they were like talking about it, but I guess a few years after the third one came out, he passed away. So Coppola, whatever, said that he didn't want to do it without him writing it.
Mario Puzo or whatever the fuck. Is that who we're talking about?
He wrote the book.
Yeah,
but
I think he was part of the writing of the.
It may have been him.
I don't know. Well, we want to talk about Sicily
Yeah, let's talk about
That was
Sicily.
a weird time.
because he's there.
They
For,
looked like it was like there was no vehicles in this village, and it was like the 18.
that's how Sicily was.
I know.
back then.
That's what it looked like. But you go back to like it kept floating back. I'm like, was this like fucking watching Highlander? Because the Highlander is just like he's in the present day.
Yeah,
and
it
shows
looks
him,
like
Scotland.
Sicily's like so shitty. It looks like it's like the Old West. Like they all have like fucking like 1890s hats and shit, like fucking double barrel shotguns.
Yeah, it's just like
Women in Sicily are more dangerous than shot.
And they have
it's like, how in the fuck
they have
did-
tiny little apple titties.
How in the fuck did they find him in this little fucking village? Just like they know you're here. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You guys don't even you fucking use pigeons for fucking communication. This at the other side of the farm.
That's something that baffled me too. It's like, oh, his brother was killed, but it's like, how the fuck do they know that he's in Italy?
Maybe the
'Cause I didn't fucking know he was in Italy till you fucking said he was in Italy.
I don't know.
I'm like, what'd you fucking send him to fucking Nebraska?
They probably talk about it more in the book.
Nebraska with the Italian. They have an Italian subdivision in Nebraska.
Hey, I'm fucking walking here through the cornfields.
You got
Yeah, the pig shit.
And you got the fucking Mormon people like, I don't know what they're saying, but
Right.
the horse and wagons.
Good day, sir.
You see two Italian people cussing each other because their horses bumped into. He's like, "Come on, you motherfucker!"
I'm walking. I'm trotting
I'm
here.
fucking galloping over here. Get the fuck out of the way.
I do want to talk about his wife in Sicily. She has like the same deadpan expression on her face the entire time.
She's like, come on, they're Tuesday.
She has the look that she hasn't been fucked in a while.
I think she was actually like Sicilian. I don't think she actually spoke English.
Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah,
Thursday,
okay.
Wednesday, Friday,
Never
Saturday,
mind.
Sunday.
She did.
Oh, she says it in the wrong way.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
says-
Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
She goes Monday to Friday, fine, and then she says Sunday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, get the fucking week
But
right.
when they first see each other, Al Pacino's like got this like awestruck look on his face, like,
I'm horny now.
and then she's just like
She's like, ew, you're
completely
gross.
dead pants. I'm like, is she attracted to him?
Yeah, it
When
looks-
She stares at you long. I've realized this. When they stare at you that long, there's one of two things. One,
They're disgusted by you.
no.
No.
One, make sure I pick up on this. One, they're afraid you're going to take their purse. Or two, they think you're attractive. It's the only two things. They're not going to sit there and stare at something like, oh, God, that's so ugly. Keep looking at it. Women don't do that. They'll talk about you behind your back, though.
After
All
they
right.
get married and they're about to have sex, it's the same look on her face when she like drops her gown. She's just
I wanted to be as original as ever.
Do you want to touch my titties?
Funny thing was, all this happened in 3 days.
Yeah. It looks like it does take place like in a fucking week.
yeah. It's like we just met. We're getting married. I'm like,
Now I'm going to
What?
teach you how to do drive.
No, come here. No, we're doing the 69. Come on. The fucking sit on my face.
Monday,
Motherfucker.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I want your bush to wrap around my face.
I mean, he looks like shit, too. Like, at the beginning of this movie, and it takes place like a week.
You mean Michael looks like
Yeah,
shit?
Michael.
I
He
thought Al
looks like
Pacino.
shit in Sicily.
Oh, yeah.
He's like already aged. I'm like, motherfucker looks like a fucking kid right out the fucking JRTC. Right out of JRTC at the beginning of the movie, he's like, I'm a young kid.
He's like, I wasn't even in the fucking
Like,
war.
at the end of the movie, he's already got a receding hair. He's already got a receding hairline in the movie.
I spent the last 6 months in a warehouse downtown.
I just,
Nebraska, you have no fucking
I got
idea.
this uniform off eBay. It's just stolen valor. He didn't actually buy it.
He's like, sorry, I was doing motion capture for the Godfather game coming out in 50 years.
He looks at the camera. 2006.
Godfather, the game, coming in 2006.
Hey, you know the funny thing?
GameStop near you.
Could you imagine?
Then he starts doing Scarface quotes. He's like, big pussy, just waiting to get fucked.
And you can also get the Scarface game on 2005.
Hey, what if they
PlayStation 2?
What if it like Francis is like, we gotta make some more money off these movies. Let's superimpose these new scenes like Lucas did the original trilogy. And it's all this other stuff.
It's just all that's Al Pacino's.
He's like, hey, Dad, what are you doing to my frosted Wheaties? You know what I'm saying?
The CG is just character models from the game, and it's just it's like regular people, and then like PS2 models walking around.
He's
with
like,
them.
I had to ask you for a favor. I needed your Wheaties for my breakfast.
Well, Sonny gets killed
Vito comes back
from the dead.
from the dead.
Oh yeah, Vito.
Vito's
From the
like,
dead.
oh, I got shot and that fucking hurt.
Vito comes back. He's wearing a bandage on his neck, even though I don't ever remember him being shot in the neck.
I've been sucking too much dick. They made me suck so much dick in the hospital.
You never see his wife.
Yeah, you do. She's the old lady who has like the baby when she like answers the phone.
She's the old lady with the tits dragging on the ground.
Orangutan did it.
On the boogie, on to the bond, the bang, diggy, diggy. My name is Kid.
So it comes back. There's the look how you massacred my boy.
Oh yeah, that's become like a meme too. Look how they massacred my boy.
He's covered in semen.
Devastated asshole the size of a fucking basketball.
Bob, I think I'm okay. Look how they massacred my boy. Gangbang. They put him on the casting couch.
The reason why his asshole's so big, they cut his dick off and literally made him fuck himself.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sonny had a big dick. I forgot about that.
Everything ties back to the beginning.
I wonder
baby.
if they casted. I wonder if they casted that actor based on his penis size.
Probably not. What do you think, Francis? Just had to whip it out.
Yeah, that's part of the fucking audition. So, first, I have to see your penis.
Michael comes back from Italy after his wife blows up the car,
and he has to take
the car
over.
blows up his wife.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
His wife blew up a car.
She's like,
up in the car.
yeah, she's like, don't worry, I
You
will.
say it that way though.
Yeah, it's his fucking Sicilian wife. Like, fucking, she gets in a car, she's learning how to drive. She's like, don't worry, I will drive to you.
Hey, fucking Michael comes back. My wife blew up a fucking car. She's fucking crazy. You fuck her.
See, what you don't know is in the game, that's actually a Saw game that's happening in the car.
She's stuck.
Hello, Apollonia.
First, you must
She's
take
like
off your toe and.
She's stuck to the seat. She looks over at Chester Bennington. You too.
These wounds, they will not heal.
He was in Saw 3D. Yeah. He was glued. He was super glued to the fucking seat.
You ever seen the Saw movies?
I've seen the first one,
No.
but that's about it.
He's more of a. I know what you did last summer.
Cheesy, like teen B horror.
Oh, they're sucking each other off.
Team bitch whore. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the only thing I know about. I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, like Michael and his transition into like the mob boss, like it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. It's like 3 scenes happen with him coming back. I've been back for about a year now. And all of a sudden he's just fucking stone faced.
He wants to kick it.
Yeah.
He like looks vulnerable to his dad when he talks to him. Everything else he's stone faced.
Yeah.
I guess his wife did die and he did murder 2 people.
Yeah, his wife did die because she didn't blow up the car. She was blown up in the car.
Yeah.
She
blown.
blew up in the
I can't
car.
guarantee you. Go back to you can be like, she blew up the car. You didn't say blow.
Anyway, yeah, he comes back, and then like it's not until I guess they're in that room, they're in the office, and he's like sitting in the corner.
Michael, who's actually Michael from the office, is like,
hello, Scranton Branch.
he's like, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
He's sitting in the corner, and they're talking.
And Dwight's over here like Battlestar Galactica.
And he's just kind of like butting in and like giving his input, and it's confusing at first. Like, why is he in here like giving orders and stuff? And then that's when Vito is like,
He's the boss now.
he's the boss now. I'm going to be the consigliere.
And Tom Hagen, you can fuck off. Tom Hagen shows up in the sequels, too. I think he is the consigliere again.
The Godfather 2 is a prequel, isn't it?
It's a
Or
prequel and a sequel, yes.
So he stays in the family. He's not kicked out of the family.
I don't.
No, they just remove him from his
Because
position.
there's an untouched story element in there. Like, okay, he was adopted by them, but he still feels like an outsider. Like, he's close, but he still hands like arm's length away with the rest of the kids that are being brought in. Like that.
He's part of the family. The way the mob works is like there's a consigliere position, and it's like an advisor. It's like a pretty high fucking position, but like usually it's like for like somebody for like legal matters and shit. They're not like the muscle. They don't do like crime shit.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying him as a child though.
Oh,
Because remember, he goes, "It's like he's not your father." He goes, "I'm much as his son as you and Michael are."
yeah.
And there's an element in there. It's almost kind of sad if you sit there and think about it. It's like, okay, he's a son, but he's like arm's length away.
He's not being removed by Vito, though. He's being removed by Michael, because Michael wants Vito to be his advisor. And then I guess I don't remember in the other movies if he picks a new advisor after Vito dies.
I'm pretty sure he goes back to Tom Hagen.
Well, I don't know if. Okay, the vibe I got. Correct me if I'm wrong. The vibe, what I understood watching it was they were removing him from the legal counsel. He was still part of the family, but they were going to get legal counsel in Las Vegas since they were going to Nevada.
Now, the thing is consigliere is like it's like a rank in the mafia.
Yeah, it's not like an actual legal advisor. They just advise, like, if the Don's going to make a move on something, they usually consult with their advisor to make sure to get a second opinion, and it's basically, I guess, to keep them from being like maniacal, like psychopaths.
Yeah, it's like legal advice, fucking like matters of honor and shit. Me and Cody are in the mafia, so we'll let you know.
Okay, I appreciate it.
But
so am I the?
You're our associate.
Okay.
And the rankings are kind of weird. I know there's an advisor. There's capos, which
the captains. Then there's soldiers.
Like aye, captain.
Aye, capo. Capo Pacino.
Dunkachino.
I'm Al Pacino.
Say hello to my chocolate blend. But yeah, he was just being removed from that position as his advisor. I mean, they don't really tell you where he goes in the movie.
Well, he stays there though. He's still part of the family at the end.
Yeah, he's still like part of the family. I don't know if he's a made man or not. Like,
you know what made men?
Ones that you don't have to work for a living.
No. Made men are like in the mob. It's when someone when they're a made man, they're basically untouchable. The only way that they can be killed is if they do something.
If all the other mob families say that, yeah, you can kill him.
Yeah, like you can't just put out a hit on a made man. I guess it's like the most official type.
Yeah, it's like you're like actually part of the family.
Al Pacino is really like Emperor Palpatine in this movie.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because like he's killing all the other families and taking over. The Emperor got rid of the Senate and became the Emperor.
He said, "I am the Senate."
The Senate.
What if Al Pacino does some fucking flips?
Something dark side.
Good, Anakin. Good.
You will be known as Darth Vader.
Darth Icky.
Now kill him.
Darth Nasty.
Do it. Do Darth Nasty.
Darth Nasty.
Darth Titties.
So let's talk about Vito actually dying.
Okay, yeah.
Playing with the
I
grandson.
love this scene. I love that little kid.
I didn't remember
my son.
how he died from when I seen it when I was younger.
But it was overacted.
But
You didn't like it when he was like, oh.
I
thought it was fun.
I think it was better than when he got shot.
Yeah, definitely better
He's
than...
like getting up 16 times. It's like, stay down!
Yeah.
This was better, but he still looked like he was looking for his wallet.
Oh, our audio clip's like fucking non-stop.
When he's doing it, I just had like this tension in my chest because I knew, like, even though I didn't remember this being the moment, I knew that this was going to be the moment.
When that kid cries because he scares him. I wonder if that was real or not. Like, if he
I
actually
had to be. I
scared
don't
the
think the
kid.
kid would have acted.
It was like,
Something that like was eerie to me about this scene is when he drops to the ground
and the kid's still
like,
playing. Yeah,
with
because
him.
that's what a kid would do.
Yeah, and it's like the kid doesn't know what's happening, and then I don't know if he realized what happened or knows that something's wrong anyway and runs off, or if he's just like, oh, he's not playing, so I'm gonna go do something.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too when I was watching. I was wondering how they did it with like how they directed that kid. I wonder if like after he died, they were like, hey, run over here.
Yeah. When this moment happened, I just thought, man, this movie is extremely depressing.
Yeah.
There's all the death. And the way that they make the death scenes play out, besides Marlon Brando overacting his shooting scene and Sonny overdoing his shooting
Yeah.
scene too. But most of like the death scenes and stuff are like
Are really fucking good. It's funny, like I said, because it goes between like fucking like because when Luca Brasi gets strangled, like it's so fucking good. It looks like the actor's actually getting strangled.
Yeah, that was really fucking dope.
His eyeballs are fucking popping out of his head and they're turning red. And he's like,
And, you know, there's one thing about like all the shooting. I mean, obviously James Caan's character, which is Sonny getting shot.
yeah.
He's like on the 24th clip. He jumps up and he yells "Khan" like he's in Star Trek. And he sits there and he's like, no, that's unrealistic. I get it, but at least when they're getting shot that fucking much, you're seeing bullet wounds. His head just doesn't explode. You know, or some weird.
Yeah,
shit.
there's
like
a lot of
dude gets
times
shot in
where
the
you'll see like what are they called? The fucking something with an S. You know what I'm talking about? The little things that pop and blood splurts out.
Splatter packs.
Yeah, they'll do like they'll have like a bullet shot go through like glass or something, but they won't have like the splatter pack go off, so it won't look like they got hit by it.
I want to know how they did the scene where the guy does get shot in the eye.
Yeah.
Because surely
that was actually really good. Like, I mean, I thought it was. I mean, it's not realistic, but I thought it was really good.
It does just it very much looks like his eye explodes.
Yeah.
Which I guess if he got shot in the eye, it probably would explode.
Yeah.
But
I think it was pretty funny. Like I said, all that, but you know,
He just goes
Vito dying. I didn't have like an emotional like you guys did with that moment because like, oh, he got killed. I thought it was it was decent, but my mind goes back to Tom in this movie for some reason, just because he's been taken out of the advisor position, still a part of the family. His father, pretty much, his dad just got killed, but it's still like, since you're not blood, you're just so close. Yeah. And, he looks like he's even more sad when it happens.
That was I mean, yeah, I felt bad for Tom.
And like Michael, at the funeral, Michael doesn't look like he gives a shit at all.
Well, he's just completely business.
Yeah.
I think this movie kills off his humanity.
Yeah. He completely
not the movie watching it, but I'm like, damn it, I'm sitting here like I'm gonna kill my dad now.
he completely steps into like the role of like mob boss. Yeah. And he does it so quick too. It's like, I'm a war hero.
He's too busy studying the other families, like to I guess care, and he probably
he's probably
grieving,
like definitely distracted by like Tessio coming up to him with like the
yeah. Well, he's like watching them, and then like he sees one of them talk to somebody.
He's like, now I have to kill fucking Tessio.
Yeah, he's known for pretty much his whole life and shit like that.
Yeah.
That one thing, I think the moment when he snaps is when he does kill them in that restaurant. That's the moment where his good humanity is gone.
There's definitely something I want to talk about that. Because they have all that set up to like where he's like, okay, this is what you got to do after you kill him, and he fucking just completely forgets it all, and he has like his gun up like this, and he just like fucking is walking out like all stilted.
Yeah,
he just drops it.
I like audibly said like drop the gun because he's.
I love it because he just fucking forgets,
So
he has no
until
idea.
He's like almost out the door.
Because I mean, what would you do like your first time like killing somebody in the physical? You would not be like cold and calculated.
And I don't think that is the moment he loses humanity. I think it's when his wife is killed in Italy. I think that's what finally does it.
Yeah.
Because when he's in Italy,
he's still kind of like distant, but he's not like
he's still got like that kind of mafioso demeanor about him. But he's
very much the mafioso if you think about it in that scene, because he's already sitting there. He's like, bring him back. Like they're at this guy's establishment and tells his guy go in there and get him.
Well, because he wants his daughter.
He's like,
what the poors?
If you don't give me a chance for your daughter, she's gonna be missing a father instead of a husband. Yeah. And he's already threatening him. So that's what I'm saying. That moment where he's sitting there and he's talking to him, he's trying to act out, but you see, his face is like legit getting red.
I see your.
And I just think that's when it snaps in my mind.
I think that because you do have the scenes like him teaching her how to drive, and they're like, seems like they're having fun with it.
Oh, he's just trying to get pussy. I'll do anything to get pussy.
I think he was definitely like in love with it.
I think he was, and I think her dying is just like, all right, like that's it, because he goes back to the States. He goes back to that American girl just because he wants someone to have his kids. Just whatever. He doesn't really care about her.
Familiar.
Yeah, but I think
he's like, fuck it. The only thing that's working out for me is this mob boss shit. Like fuck any other.
I haven't. He has nothing else.
Why meet someone new and fall in love to have that attachment just for the risk of them?
He's like, fuck all this auxiliary shit, dude.
Yeah, you guys are smart enough.
So, is there any other moments in the movie?
So he goes back.
I know there's a funeral.
Okay, go to the plot when they kill Carlo, the sister's husband. Tell me at the very end of the plot, does it say it's his godfather that is? It's Sonny's godfather, when he was born, is the one that actually strangles him. Does it say that in the plot? I make that up.
It's Clemenza who does it. It doesn't say if he's his godfather.
He doesn't say
to his, or not. I don't think Clemenza, like, I think he was like an outsider, like their brother-in-law, the guy who marries their sister. I don't think.
No. Here we go. Sorry. Right here, Clemenzo, Comperion, the Corio family, Sonny's godfather. So
yeah,
he's the one,
okay, yeah,
so,
he was Sonny's godfather.
So he's the one that, he killed the guy responsible for Sonny. Since he's Sonny's godfather. Supposed to watch out for him.
That makes
Yeah, there's a lot of shit about Godfathers in this, but I'm not like Italian or Catholic enough to really know fuck all about Godfathers.
All a godparent is like typically, and especially in Catholicism, but I know other people do it because it's just become more of like a traditional thing. But what it is basically like
you're my best friend.
You have a kid, and someone that you trust, whether it's like your best friend or a family member or whatever, say, I want you to be the godparents. That way, if something ever happens, like you two or die in a car wreck, then your kids go to that person. So if, let's say, like all the three brothers were kids and Vito's killed and the mother's killed, and they all have a separate godparent, they would all go to separate godparents. Although with the way the mob works, they probably all be raised by the mob. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's a small detail. I wish they had just put a little scene in. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie. Put a 3-minute scene in where Sonny's talking to, what's his name again? Clemenzo, and it's
he's like, you're my god,
something like that. You notice, and then at the end of the movie, it means more in that moment.
It's probably definitely in the book.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought that was cool. I saw that in the cast. I'm like, so he's Sonny's godfather, and he's the one that kills the dude that's responsible for Sonny.
That is a cool little touch.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty badass when I read that. I'm like, oh shit, because I'm the type of person. I'm in a movie. I usually go to the Wikipedia page and start looking at the notes. And I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. Because I like getting the details. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm expanded universe. Yeah. I'm already reading shit like that.
Godfather expanded universe.
The Godfather expanded universe. The Predator expanded. I don't do that for Predator, thank God.
But you'd be stuck like reading AVP comics and shit. Talk about the end, I guess. If you guys have anything to say about the baptism and Michael becoming.
It's
a beautiful scene. Beautiful.
I thought it was fucking cool, though.
We were here when Cody was watching it.
I thought it was, man, I don't know. I got a few chills watching it. I was like, it's fucking cool, especially when the music picks up and says, do you renounce your sins? He goes, I do, and then the next fucking gunshot takes the dude's head off.
If you didn't realize, it's him talking for the child who's getting baptized. That's why Michael's saying like all that shit, because he's talking for like the other younger Michael Rizzi.
Yeah, gotcha. That's awesome. Who's actually a female boy.
Yeah,
it's a female kid playing a baby boy.
The ending is very good, and it does a good job of solidifying that Michael is all about his position as the Don and how he wants control.
And when Kay's like out of the office, looking into the office, and all the other mafiosos come in, and then they close the door on her. Nice. So, do I recommend?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely I recommend this movie. Of course I do. I love this movie. I think, you should definitely give it your time. Beautifully shot, interesting as fuck to watch. Going into it, like I said, I pulled up the YouTube video and I was like, God damn, I forgot this movie's like 3 hours long. But just even watching that first scene with like that, just that guy just acting his heart out for his daughter, I was like, damn, I forgot how like good this movie is. So yeah, definitely give it a watch.
I definitely recommend it. It feels like a movie that I'm gonna rewatch. Not like Apocalypse Now. Like I watched it, I probably will never watch it again, or maybe in like 5 years. This might be something I'll watch again just to try to pick up more of the details that after I've seen the plot notes and some things you're supposed to notice that are not specifically clear. Like, oh, that makes sense. And like I want to rewatch the whole thing with Tom. I like him because he's like, I don't know, man. It's close, but no cigar. He's close, but you're not that close. And it's just like that, almost you're in limbo between family and outsider, is what he is.
Yeah, he's a really cool character. I get why you like him so much.
It's just there's a depressing element to it, and I really like that. And like I said, the whole like when Michael flips the switch, and really Sonny, I think I probably more relate to Sonny being the highly emotional character making his decisions off that. So those elements are really cool. I like Tom. I like Sonny. That Q-tip dude looks really weird with the Arizona tan.
Fredo.
I swear to God, he looks so strange. That fucking, I don't know if it's a bald cap with a really bad toupee on it.
I think he just has that haircut.
God, it was so
Yeah,
weird.
he's got like a big ass forehead.
God, it was fucking huge. But like you said, this movie's, it's funny. I'll give you this quote. My dad said, "Hey, I don't know you're going to like this movie. I find it boring. I can't get halfway through it." He watched it with me last night for the first time in years.
It feels like the first time.
And my dad literally said, "It makes me want to watch part 2 and part 3." And it does. I'm like, this movie, there's some stretches you're like, fuck, this seems kind of boring, but it's not boring. It's not Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. This movie is definitely like 10 times fucking better than Apocalypse Now.
And it's, like I said, it's really good. I mean, for anybody that wants to watch it, definitely watch it.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It is a very entertaining movie. Like I said, my issues with it are very minor, like the subtitles sometimes and other Fort Minor, Styles of Beyond. But like sometimes they want to do subtitles and sometimes they don't. That's kind of annoying. And Marlon Brando's Marlon Brando, but overall the movie is very entertaining. And I'm like you, when I first started it and I saw that 2 hour and 59-minute runtime, I was like, holy shit.
Where's my phone at?
Yeah.
I was like, where's this hour and 20-minute movie? But and it's great, and the movie is entertaining. It stays entertaining. It doesn't really feel like it has any low points. Every moment that may come across that way is always meant to give extra substance to everything going on. I do wish that there were less characters, because there are way too many characters to keep up with, and there's it'll introduce a character and then 10 minutes later they're being killed. It's like, what? I don't understand who this is or why they're being killed or whatever. But it's entertaining. I'll echo what you said, Lance, where it does make you want to watch the next movie like immediately, because it's like, oh, I want to know what happens to Michael, and I want to know where this goes, even though I've seen those movies in the past. But
so real quick, because I touched on, what were your guys' like favorite characters or something that stood out to you, your moments in this movie that kind of touched you, and not touched you, but was really personal to you that you can kind of relate to? Obviously not the killing, but like emotionally,
of course,
you're like, I can kind of see where that guy's coming from.
Yeah. I guess I'll start. Of course, like Tom Hagen, because Lance is stuck up on Tom Hagen. He isn't really he's a good character. I like him. When he shows up in the sequel, it's like, oh, look, it's Tom Hagen.
It's just there's a sadness that isn't explored with the character that could be there if the movie was made today.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, you see that
it's so subtle
in the family that you kind of feel sorry for. Christmas, not this year because COVID sucks. But you always have someone kind of sits in the corner that doesn't really.
Yeah, and it's so subtle too.
Yeah.
It's like there's like fucking. It's only like in the sides of like a scene to see like his facial reactions and shit.
He's like sad when Sonny dies. He had to take a drink to tell.
Yeah.
Dago's dad,
And then, he calls the Don dad.
Before I tell you that.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, that's so fucking good. I don't know. I just feel really connected to that character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like a really nice character. Definitely the scene in the beginning, like I said, because I'm hung up on that. I always feel like that just not famous actor, he does like a really good job at that like little bit. Trying to think about any other scenes that always. I mean, the commission scene, I always like that, where like all the mob bosses are meeting together. That seems like so funny. I like those guys.
I was hoping for Heath Ledger to show up like,
he's like,
I thought my jokes were bad.
Puts a pencil on the table.
He's like, you want to see Magic Trick? Wow. And then Q-Tip shows up and he's like, wah! He goes, ta-da! It's gone.
Fredo! But yeah, this movie doesn't have a lot of the moments that Godfather 2 has, where there are scenes in Godfather 2 that I absolutely love. And like I thought they were in this movie because I had like the Mandela effect, I guess. And I was like, fuck, that's not in this movie. Shit.
The Berenstain Bears. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know if there's any specific moments that really stuck with me. I mean, there are good scenes in this movie that are impactful, but not necessarily in a positive way.
It's melancholic or emotional. Yeah,
like Vito dying in the yard.
Yeah, cauliflower, half an hour. VeggieTales.
Oh gosh. Or like when the sister's being beaten in the apartment. It's those scenes are memorable, but they're very depressing.
When you talked about that, I immediately visualized it because I thought the same thing. he hits the belt and the first swipe goes at the belly. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, and then when she
She's
goes
like,
in the
80 pounds and pregnant. And it's like, God, that ain't gonna take much to hurt that baby.
yeah, and she goes in the bathroom, like he closes the door, and she just
Yeah,
starts
you
like
just hear
crying. It's like fuck. It's so depressing, and the movie overall is depressing. But as far as characters go, I think Michael is probably my favorite character because he's the only one that has significant change over the course of the movie, which arguably the movie is about Michael anyway, and the whole trilogy is about Michael. Well, sort of. Godfather 2 is about him and Vito.
Yeah.
But you see him in the beginning, he's respectable. He's coming back from war, whatever. He's not really part of the family. He's a good boy, a very good boy. And then by the end, he's just like cold and, murderous.
The way you said that, Brando's character, he calling him Brando. When he says, I never wanted this for you, so you're talking about he's the good boy, he went off the war.
Well, I think he always saw.
They want him at a safe distance because you're better than us.
Yeah.
It's the way Vito looked at him.
Yeah, and
the kids,
I think that is how it was. And, he tells him,
that was something I didn't pick up.
I wanted you to. He's like, I was thinking Senator Corleone or Governor Corleone. He wanted him to be powerful, but in a more legit manner. Yeah, he didn't want him being part.
Owen, this was a great movie, dude. This was great.
A last second thought. I really forgot how good this movie was, but yeah, watching it, I knew that like it was gonna be.
It was a happy accident because you
Yeah.
originally said Godfather 2. I'm like, I've never seen the first one. You're
Yeah.
like, let's watch the first one.
Yeah. The second one is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
These are definitely movies that you need to see them in order.
Yeah.
Because you would be completely lost watching the other
Yeah.
ones.
I
Like, what?
watched episodes 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and 6 of Star Wars. And I was
Fucking
lost the last
what is that
two
called? The
days.
machete fucking bullshit or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's called the Lucas Order.
Oh, yeah.
All the machete canon.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck. You watch like episode 3 and then episode 6 or some stupid shit.
Nah, that's dumb shit.
Yeah, this I will commend Owen 100%. This was an awesome movie choice.
Yeah, thank you, Owen, for making this movie.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you for being like.
Yeah, weirdly enough, you do look like Francis Ford.
It took a lot of
Oh,
thinking,
God,
but
you seen his nose?
No,
Oh,
I've never
all
seen
right.
him.
He looked the shit.
We'll see you next time.
all right, bye.
Bye.